So, what is up, everybody? It's Carlos Collects Comics, and it has been a few weeks since I've posted a video. Summertime gets very busy for me with trips and different ministry events going on, but I'm excited for this two-part episode to be able to share with you on Monday Hauls episode 10 a whole bunch of new books that I've picked up, and I can't wait to share them with you coming right up. This is going to be a two-part episode, and I'm breaking it up based on where I got the books from. So in this first episode, I'm going to share some local comic shop pickups, as well as two major boxes from Facebook claim sales. And in the time that since I've purchased these books, some of them have shot up quite a bit. Now I had released another video. I'm going to drop the link in the description below, talking about 11 independent titles that you should be picking up right now. And as wild as it is, one of those books has just taken off because the 5th issue released. The book I'm talking about is none other than Stray Dogs. That is a book that you should have been picking up, and I told you, if you were a watcher and you had been tuning into my videos, I've recommended it a couple of times and said, hey, it is a really good read. And it's certainly delivered, but I can't wait to get to share that with you. So this first stack, these are books that came from a local comic shop here in Houston called, actually no, not all of these are, some of them are. Some of these are local comic shop books, some of them, and I've got so many stacks of books going on here. Okay, so, and there might be a couple of doubles that I've shared before. So, Basilisk Chapter 1 came out, and I picked up issue 1, cover A of that. I didn't get any of the variants for this one. I still haven't had a chance to read this one yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. There should be copies that you can still find, so I do recommend picking this up. Boom Studios is on fire. Pretty much anything that they're putting out right now is coming out with solid writing, solid story, solid characterization, and great artwork. So this is a studio to watch. Ross Ritchie and the rest of the team managing Boom Studios have a lot of connections with the film community, and so we're looking forward to seeing them continue to exploit these properties into multimedia. So Basilisk number 1, I also picked up, as I had recommended in my 11 independent titles that you should be picking up right now, Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. This is the younger ages Star Wars series that's going on right now. Highly recommended. A lot of people are missing out on it, but this was one that I just had to go ahead and pick up. So this is number 5. And then Nightwing, number 81. I think this is a book that a lot of people are looking forward to because of the first appearances and the new direction. We'll see. I won't give a spoiler away. I'm just going to say that the Grayson family isn't quite what we thought it was. But you'll have to read and keep track of what's going on with Nightwing. Let's set those aside. Okay, this is from my primary. These are some other books from my primary local comic shop, those are from the Comic Vault in Houston, Texas. These are from Bedrock City Comics, and I've got Robin number 2, Stray Dogs number 3, the second print. This is a heartbreaking issue, but the thing that makes me smile about it is in number 3, our dog actually got her picture printed in the comic. I don't know if it's in later printings, but it's definitely in the first printing. So, but Stray Dogs number 3, second printing. Like I said, anything Stray Dogs is on fire right now. They've shot up in value, and I think people have just woken up to the fact that it was a strong title. And I'm pleased to say I called it from the very beginning when I just heard the concept that it was going to be this very dark take using this retro 90s Don Bluth style animation or artwork. Stray Dogs number 4. This is the B cover. Then I've got some Department of Truth. I've got number 9. That's the A cover. I think this is a B cover by Michael Avon Oeming. And then I think this is the C cover for issue 9. Pick those up. Of course, Something is Killing the Children. Couldn't pass up on number 16. This is the B cover. And this is the A cover right here. Then I also did, because I got to know him, he's a great guy. David Sanchez had some comics, or he's had some covers that have come out. Picked up his number 15 variant. They released a variant for him for number 16, so I went ahead and got that in the regular trade dress, and then did also get that in the Virgin variant. I think he just does great work. And then here's Miles Morales Spider-Man number 26, the A cover. These were from a couple of different places. Now the variants were not from in town. Let's set those aside. Alright. Here we are now, Stray Dogs number 4. That's the A cover. Batman 109, the A cover. Batman 109, the B cover. Tankers number 2. Which is Bad Ideas. Bad Ideas. It's the second issue of one of the Bad Idea titles. Here's Challenge of the Super Sons number 3. I have been picking it up, but I have not read it yet. Bunny Mask number 1. It says this is the cutout variant. And then Proctor Valley Road number 1. This is a later printing. I think it's like the 3rd printing. But I picked that one up too. To cross-hatch those. Alright, so those are the local comic shop in-town pickups that I've made over the past several weeks. Now, I'm pleased to give a shout out to my friend Chris at Box of Comics, and you can find him at boxofcomics.com. You can also find him on Facebook, Box of Comics, and that's C-O-M-I-X. I've purchased quite a few books from them. And for the most part, they've all been in great shape, good packing, and they've arrived well. I think there was 1 or 2 books that were a little bit crunched when they got here, but all in all, I've been able to get quite a few books for decent prices from them in their Facebook claim sales. And for those who are new, Facebook claim sale is simply when a seller posts a bunch of different books in the comments, and then you go through in the comments underneath each individual issue and say claim 1, claim 2, claim 3, or whatever, however many copies of the individual book you're trying to get a hold of. And that's been a lot of fun to do those, because him and one other big seller I've purchased quite a few books from. And it's just been, it's been cool to do that. You don't always get all the books that you want, but it is a lot easier for some of us who are very busy on Wednesdays than trying to go and get to the different comic shops and get into the lines and try to grab the hottest books before everybody else gets copies. So Box of Comics, in this box for this, I guess the past couple of shipments that he sent, I had a copy of Star Wars The High Republic number 1. This is, I think, a 5th printing. And they did this really cool color splash, this black and white color splash for all of the printings for this month. But I just really like that cover for issue 1. I got Alien number 3. This is the A cover. Really haunting artwork there. Picked up a couple of issues of Shadecraft. I'm still sticking with this because this is coming to Netflix, and I do like the story and the characters. So this is, I think this is either the A cover or the B cover, and then I've got 2 copies of the other, whether it's A or B. So I try to get 2 copies of each of those. Went ahead and picked up a variant for Reptile. This is a new comic that, I don't know, I'm interested. Something Marvel put out. I want to read it and find out more. This was one that I was really looking forward to just because of the artwork. This is the fine art variant, the minimalism fine art variant. I think this is for Black Panther, the Gleason variant. He got a lot of attention for doing the Spider-Man 55 webhead artwork, but I thought this one and the Man-Thing one, I've really enjoyed those, so I picked that one up. I've got Geiger third printing for issue number 1. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, number 1. I'm not sure which printing or cover this is. My son reads that one. And then Radiant Black, 2 copies of issue number 3, the second printing. 2 copies of issue 2, the third printing. And 2 copies of issue number 1, the third printing. I did not get the 1:10 ratio variants as of this point. So that was Box of Comics. You can check them out on Facebook. I'll try to drop a link to them in the description below. Last one for this first part of episode 10 of Monday Hauls. This is from I call him my Facebook claim mystery seller, because he doesn't want to be identified, because he doesn't want people to think that he's giving me better freebies than some of the others, but he always does include freebies, and they're awesome freebies, and I'm going to show them off at the end of this stack. But I also got a stack of books from him. Keep in mind, this was a couple of different shipments. Okay, so let's just jump right into these. Again, more Stray Dogs number 4 cover A, and then Stray Dogs number 4 cover B. I've got quite a few copies of different issues of Stray Dogs and different printings, because I think it's a fantastic title. It's great, and I can't wait to see what they do with it moving forward, because this did wrap the arc for issues 1 through 5. Now they are going to do a sequel arc, but I highly recommend, even if you can't go after the single issues and you decide, hey, I'm just going to pick it up in a trade paperback or a digital format, it is well worth the read. Artwork is great, and the storyline just, man, I haven't felt a storyline like that in a while. So it's a fantastic one. I highly recommend it. So the Batman Fortnite crossover, the 0 Point crossover, this is number 3. This is the mustard variant. I picked this one up, I think, by accident, to be completely honest with you. Picked up another copy of Shadecraft number 2, cover A, because I was missing one. I've got more variant, more Department of Truth, all 3 of the main covers on this one. I've got another variant from Miles Morales Spider-Man number 25, the clone variant. This is the Inyuk Lee variant, and I mean, the guy just does great artwork. But the one that I really was glad to snag in this claim sale was Miles Morales Spider-Man 25, the Pacelli 1 in 25 variant, and I got a pretty good deal on that one. And I try to get as many of the Miles Morales variants as I can for my run, but it's always difficult to grab them. So I just get the ones that I can, and I was able to get that one. Silver Coin number 1, the second printing by Chip Zdarsky. Don't sleep on this one. Okay, Chip Zdarsky is a fantastic writer, and I think he's still due to get some recognition beyond what he's already getting. This is Noctera. I believe it's number 1. This is a variant for Noctera. Found this one for a good price and went ahead and got that. And then these 2 were just 2 neat books that I wanted to do, because Marvel's been releasing 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back covers by different artists. I think Chris Sprouse was the guy. Really cool covers, but there were so many of them, so they collected them with what I believe to be the most iconic, my favorite artwork for the Empire Strikes Back film. But they collected it in these 2 in these two books, and so I went ahead and got one of each because Empire Strikes Back is hands down my favorite movie of all time. And so to see all the different artwork, you know, I'd pick them up here and there, but just having them all here was just a really neat thing for me to do. So now it's time for the freebies that this seller sent along. Really cool stuff. New Mutants number 76. Sent a very high grade copy of that. Daredevil number 216. Stray Dogs number 3, second printing. He threw this one in. And the two bigger freebies that he threw in was Berserker number 1, Virgin variant, and I think that's it's a ratio variant. I don't remember which one it is, but it is a ratio variant. And then the last one was really cool to me to get was Punisher War Journal number 6. This is a classic, iconic cover. Jim Lee, and Jim Lee's got that CGC private signing coming up, so I don't know. I'll have to see, but this is a really crisp copy, and I'm a huge Jim Lee fan, as you know. I always try to pick up his artwork, and that Punisher War Journal run that he did was fantastic. It was just awesome, awesome run. So that has been part 1 of episode 2, or episode 10 of Monday Hauls. I made it 10 episodes. I'm really excited with this project, this YouTube channel that I've been doing, especially during the summer months, which are, like I said, very busy and very tough for me to try to release the videos. But I did want to make sure and do this and get caught up. So you'll be seeing this episode of Monday Hauls, and then a week from now you'll see the second part of this episode. So I can't wait to see you in that. Make sure to like the video, comment below. Let me know if there's something that you saw here that you were interested in. I try to respond to every single comment that I get. And last of all, please consider subscribing, because I have a lot more content, and especially once we get to August, I want to start to release more of the content and actually get live with some of the panel stuff that I've been promising, and then definitely want to do my 100 subscriber giveaway, but I got to get to 100 subscribers. And that'll be a fun way that I'm going to do that, because it'll get some community engagement going and some debate. So it's been fun to share this with you. I hope that some of these recommendations, like Stray Dogs and Radiant Black, will be books that you check out and read. And I can't wait to see you for part 2. So stay tuned.